Sup guys, it's Alex here, and today I have my 5th or 6th Bracketology update video. I think today is the 6th one. It is March 2nd, and Joe Nardi has posted his new Bracketology. I went ahead and created the bracket online on thebrackify.com. The link, as always, is in the description. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go briefly over some new updates in this bracket. There's been some major down movements right there. Virginia moving up, Seton Hall moving up. But then the 8, 9, 5, and 12 all moving down. Minnesota and Duke move up as well. And Butler moves up to a 3 seed. Wichita State moving up. Then Iowa State and Providence moving up. Northwestern moving up after that crazy finish against Michigan last night. So if you guys, and the last four are California, Wake Forest. And then, where is it? Oh, it's up here, USC and Xavier. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Bracketology. As always, you guys can vote by clicking the link in the description. The 1 seed Kansas versus the 16 North Dakota. You got to go with Kansas. 8 South Carolina, 9 Michigan. Even though Michigan lost, I can't believe in South Carolina this season. Purdue will beat the 12 Illinois State. Illinois State's been crazy this year, and I think that they might actually make it in with an at-large bid if they don't win their conference. And then I think Marquette's going to upset St. Mary's. Marquette beat Villanova earlier in the season. 3 UCLA is going to beat the 14 Florida Gulf Coast. 7 Oklahoma State's going to beat 10 Seton Hall. Then Louisville's going to beat number 15 Oakland. Gonzaga is going to beat UC Irvine. I think Northwestern, their first ever NCAA tournament, I think they're going to be on fire. Their fans are going to push them to victory against Virginia Tech. SMU and Nevada, I'm going to have to go with the upset here. Nevada beating SMU. If it'll load, Nevada's doing pretty good right now. And then I have another upset. I have the 13 seed Belmont beating Florida State. Florida State's been a bit inconsistent this season, but I'm going to have to go with Belmont. Then 6 Wisconsin, 11 California and Wake Forest. I think the winner of California Wake Forest is going to move on. This region is going to be crazy for upsets. The 3 seed Butler moving on, beating Bucknell. 7 Wichita State beating Middle Tennessee. 2 Oregon beating 15 Cal State Bakersfield. 1 Villanova beating the 16 seed. 8 Miami, Florida beating 9 seed Michigan State. 5 Notre Dame beating number 12 UNC Wilmington. The 4 seed Florida beating the 13 seed Monmouth. The 6 seed Minnesota Golden Gophers, they've won like 7 in a row at this point. And then I think Xavier's going to beat USC, but I'm going to have to go with Minnesota winning there. Then Duke beating Winthrop. Then I think Arkansas is going to end up beating Dayton. I think that Dayton's like at the top of the A10 or something like that. But I think Arkansas is going to beat them. They're doing pretty good in the SEC. The 2 seed Baylor is going to win there. The North Carolina is going to beat NC Central, who beat New Orleans. 9 seed VCU is going to beat 8 seed Maryland. Cincinnati is going to beat UT Arlington. West Virginia is going to beat Vermont. Iowa State is going to beat Providence. Arizona is going to beat Akron. Syracuse is going to upset Creighton. Then UK is going to move on after beating UNC Greensboro. And then, as you guys know, if you've been following these Bracketology videos, I am going to be in Indianapolis for the first round for the 2 regional games there. So far, they're predicting Louisville and Oakland, and then Oklahoma State and Seton Hall. And then Kentucky and UNC Greensboro and Creighton and Syracuse. And as you guys know, I'm a Kentucky fan, so I'm going to be rooting on my Wildcats there. Hopefully they get put in Indianapolis. And now if my laptop will click March 2nd Bracketology, let's go ahead and start it. So moving on to the Sweet 16, I'll have the 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks beating the 9 seed Michigan Wolverines. Then I think Virginia's going to beat Purdue moving on. Then UCLA is going to beat Marquette. Then Louisville is going to beat Oklahoma State. Gonzaga is going to beat Northwestern. I think Belmont's going to end up beating Nevada and moving on to the Sweet 16 as a 3 seed. Butler's going to win that one. Then Oregon's going to beat Wichita State, though that could be a pretty good upset pick there. And then a big upset here, I have Miami, Florida beating Villanova. Then Notre Dame beating Florida. Then Duke beating Minnesota. And then Baylor beating Arkansas. Then I got North Carolina beating VCU. West Virginia beating Cincinnati. I think Iowa State's going to pull out the upset here, beating the 3 seed Arizona, and then UK is going to beat Syracuse, so that could be another upset pick there. Kansas is going to beat Virginia. Moving on to the Elite 8, UCLA is going to beat Louisville with TJ Leaf and Lonzo Ball. I don't understand why they're a 3 seed when they're ranked number 3 in the whole season. Gonzaga is going to move on to the Elite 8 as a 1 seed. Then I think, I want to pick Butler there, moving on past Oregon, but I'm going to have to go with Oregon there. They've been too good of a team this season. And then I think Miami, Florida is going to beat Notre Dame coming out of that ACC matchup. And then I think Duke's going to beat Baylor. And then North Carolina is going to beat West Virginia. Then UK is going to beat Iowa State. Then I think UCLA is going to beat Kansas. That could be the game of the tournament right there. Oregon's going to beat Gonzaga. Then I think Duke's going to beat Miami. I think they've split the season series 1-1, or Duke's up or something like that. I know Duke has beaten Miami, Florida at Duke. I just can't remember if they've played each other at Miami or not. But I think Duke's going to move on there to the Final Four. Then I think Kentucky's going to beat North Carolina. Kentucky's been turning it on recently. North Carolina beat Louisville, but then lost to Virginia, only scoring like 43, 44 points, something like that. So in the Final Four, for a berth in the championship game, I'm going to have to go with UCLA beating Oregon, a matchup of the Pac-12. Then this could be a crazy game right here. I have no idea who will win that. I'm going to have to go with my fandom here. I hate Duke, and I love Kentucky. So I'm going to have to go with Kentucky there, but then I'll be realistic. And in the championship game, I'm going to have to go with the 3-seed UCLA winning. They beat Kentucky earlier in the season, and I think they're going to walk out of there with the W. Though I wish Kentucky would win, I think UCLA is going to. So I'll go ahead and put the link for the video in the description, or for the bracket in the description. I just want to say thank you guys if you have been voting in these brackets so far. I've gotten over like 30,000 total votes, so I really appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys later. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the bracket below.